have to talk about it because it's very, very important. This time I'm using my words to inform people and to talk wisdom to some of you guys. So let's go. Hey, Natasha here. Welcome back to C'est la vie, the wonderful channel about life, situations, and any kind of topic in between. My name is Natasha. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys continue to listen. We are hitting the rock bottom soon, or the high sky. I don't know, something like this. Definitely we are hitting the minimum of 1,000 listeners, 1,000 downloads, 1,000 viewers, and it's looking very, very great. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for showing your love. Thank you so much for participating in listening to the topics that I have, and thank you so much for the blessing that you give me. I am so grateful that you guys take the time, take the couple minutes to listening, to reasoning with me, to listen and to reasoning with me about situations and topics. They are very interesting, and then that we can continue our lives, but we are more wiser and more relief. The topic of today is very interesting because it happens to my child today, and the topic is wisdom with your mouth. Losing favors by talking too much. I can't stop thinking how oft I told my child there's nothing that is more important for a woman to watch what she says. Her tongue has so much power. It can destroy things and it can also favor you. You just need to use it wisely. I don't know how often I speak that wisdom to my daughter, but she still surprised me and made some tiny mistakes that destroy her plans on the long run. For instance, this afternoon she told me this, but days before, there was an argument in her class, let's say it like this, and she was involved because she was between two friends, and she has to be the one that, of course, has to play the, let's say, the neutral person. And I told her, when she told me what happened and why everything happened, I told her, remain the neutral person. Don't pick side. Just be quiet and stand like Switzerland. They know everybody. They know everything. They make business with them, but they don't put their mouth everywhere. They are invisible. Invisible, not invisible. They are invisible, like Switzerland. They are there. Everybody knows about it. Everybody makes business about it, but they are neutral. And that's what I wanted her to be. What happened? She started I think she started a bit earlier, 2 days earlier, I think. She started 2 days earlier from today, that means on Monday, yeah. She started on Monday to help one of her friends because one of her friends needed help. But what she didn't know is that friend was using her for favors, of course, and of course talking bad about the other friend. And this time around she participated and said, yeah, sometimes she's like this, she's like this, she's like this. And what happened is today, that of course they didn't talk to each other, but they confronted each other again. She thought she was the neutral person, but then the friend that she helped, of course, said, yeah, you see, I am not the only one that think about the same thing. She said, and that's what happened, she said also that you can be annoying by doing blah, blah, blah. That made clench. It really exaggerated to the essence that both that didn't like each other started to dislike my daughter because she put her mouth in a business that she hasn't to put her mouth into. And then, of course, she came home crying. She was like, both of my friends, they don't like me. They mob me. And cry. I sat down with her as a mom, tried to be understandable, asking her what's going on. And she told me, of course, what happened. And I told her, how many times did I talk to you about the wisdom of your mouth? This mouth of yours can create and can destroy things. Be neutral or know when to talk, or just talk at all if you don't know. And that's the reason why I had it in mind. I was like, I need to talk about it, because it doesn't happen really to children. It happens to grown-ups also. I don't know how many times I had friends that told me about situations where I'm like, you just could not close your mouth, right? You just couldn't stop it, right? Or family members, or friendships, or in the office. I mean, people likes to talk. I get that. People wants to be to share their opinions, emotions, situations, and everything. I get it, but a good grace, it comes from keeping quiet, because it's amazing, because it will bring you very, very, very much, very far. It will bring you very, very much favor, a lot of favor that you want to. Because, for instance, in the office, if you start to get favored, like you get promoted, there are some colleagues, they love it. There are some colleagues that don't love it, that you got promoted. They are maybe longer there than you, and you started to get their jobs, their salary. They are jealous. Of course, they will not tell you this. But the thing is, when you get promoted and start to brag and start to talk about meetings, what you had, which kind of meetings you had with your boss, which kind of people you met, and everything, and talk, and then you even are so open to your colleagues that you talk about some secrets. What do you think your boss would think? He would think, I hire a papagay? I hire a papagay? No, I didn't hire a bird. Or did I hire a spy? Because in the end of the day, why do you talk about certain things that people in the office don't have to know? Keep your mouth shut. Respect boundaries in the office. Business is business. When you have something to do it right. Keep the business policies out of your mouth, and be focused. You are there not to get popularity status. You are there to make your business and your job, the business work well, and you are there to make your job work. But starting to destroy your favor by talking too much can be dangerous. It really can be dangerous, because it can put you not just in jail because you are talking about secrets in the office outside, or with colleagues that may not like you, and they can definitely spy on you. And then, of course, situation happens where you are at fault, and that can cause you a lot of problems, or even jail time, or you can lose your job because your boss doesn't trust you anymore. He knows every single time he tells you something, you will go to your colleagues, or you will make a public announcement out of it, or you lose connections, because when you get promoted, you will be in certain rooms, you will be in certain places where a normal employee that you was before was not able to be in. So this kind of people, let's say you started as a simple secretary, and then now you are executive assistant or executive designer or something. You entered in a network that is rich. You start to see people like CEOs who need people like you, or your boss take you out to a network conference, something where you meet people like this, And then what happened? You learn about all this, you learn about people, you build relationship. But you can easily destroy this kind of business relationships if you talk too much to the wrong person. Let's say you meet the competition who are a little bit close to your place, but you meet one of them right there, and you of course happens to be friends with one of the colleagues who surprisingly working with the competition. If you are not quiet, you would talk about business matters with her, and she will know interesting facts, interesting things that can cost you your job, that can put you in jail, that can destroy your whole reputation because you cannot keep quiet. Why a lot of people don't use wisdom if it's coming to this thing? I mean, I'm not a saint. It happens to me when I was younger a lot. I made a lot of mistakes like my daughter, and I learned it the hard way, and that's what I want to avoid with her. Be careful who you talk to, be careful why you talk to, know when you have to keep quiet. For instance, also, if it's coming to family relationships or partner relationship, do you really have to go on social media and post all your business out there and talk about it? Do everybody needs to know what your husband is like in the bedroom? Do everybody needs to know how your husband treats you in front of his parents? Everybody needs to know how your wife behaves when she's angry? Nobody needs to know your business in certain situations. Why are we so addicted to attention nowadays? This is the new drug. You're talking about with your best friends about the business with your husband. Do you know that many best friends per se who are not married, and you are best friend with her and you are married? Do you know that some of them maybe one of them fancy your lifestyle? So the more negative stuff you talk about your husband, the more she can use it against you to get your husband? Many people don't think that way. Many people just talk. Don't think further. How can it affect my personal life? How can it affect my generation? How can it affect the people around me? There are many businesses they're crushed down just because some colleagues were jealous, some colleagues were just talking anyhow. There are many marriages who got destroyed, relationship destroyed, just because the wife was talking to her best friend and her best friend advised her wrong, and she broke up with her partner, and so forth and so on. Or situation like he talked to his mother, and his mother didn't like the daughter-in-law anyways, and what happened? The mother gave him a bad advice, and he divorced his wife. Just because he cannot talk to business, they cannot communicate with each other, they have to talk with everybody outside. This doesn't make sense. We need to have, like I said last week, discipline is important everywhere. You don't just need dick discipline or punani discipline. You also sometimes need your mouth discipline, because your mouth is like a two-way sword. Two-way sword. Sword. Like it's a big thing, look like a knife kind of thing. Sword. Yeah, you guys hear? You guys get it. And either it can favor you or it can curse you. So if you talk too much about your family business or your business that you have with your partner outside, maybe you can have a good advice and it can help you build your relationship. Like for instance, when both of you goes to couples therapy, or with your family, you sit down and have your family meeting. This is kind of thing that you guys talk about, situation that happens, a secret that happens. You sit down together in a private area and talk about it. Okay, your mouth can be favorable. Your mouth can help you build a positive situation with your partner and with your family. That's amazing. But It can also be on a negative way when you post all these things, you make videos and post it on social media. It doesn't help, it create more sin. I saw last a video about a daughter-in-law that didn't like the way her mother-in-law was behaving towards her. Instead of talking with her directly about the situation so that nothing comes in between and the problem gets solved, she come there, the brainwash that she has, the attention seeker that she is, goes, think about the camera, press video, talk, put it outside for the world to see, and of course the video went viral and she got more trouble than she actually could avoid. She got more issues that she could avoid. Why? Because she was angry, couldn't control her emotion, couldn't shut up her mouth, couldn't respect herself, and couldn't communicate it the right way. Instead of it, she put all the social media in her business. And that's not wisdom. That's foolishness. You are destroying your home just because you want to talk. You want your quote-unquote crack attention. And that's not good. That's really, really not good. We need to do better as people. We need to do better as people, to understand boundaries, to understand values, to understand that certain things nobody needs to know, or certain things is for certain people to know, and everybody else, I keep quiet. And last thing is also in friendships. There are certain things, if you know that's your best friend, if you know that's your friend, there are certain things you can say, but there are also a lot of things that you don't have to say, because people can use it against you. Grudges. People take grudges and can use certain things against you. I repeat, grudges. People can use situations that you talk to them, information that you give them. They can use it against you, and that's dangerous. As long as not between husband and wife, you guys have to be difficult and very careful who you talk to and why you talk. What are you talking to the person? To which limit you want to let the person in your life? Because many people got already disappointed, busted, had bad information, bad situation about people using their secrets out there to destroy them. And it happens a lot that many people don't even know that their enemy is between their friends. Many people don't know that. You have so many friends and you think they all love you. All the 10 girls love you. But the moment you get married, you still think all the 10 girls love you. Maybe 2 of them hate your guts. But because you have the connections, because you're rich, or because you have that status that they can use, they will keep being your friend and keep smiling in your face. But at the moment they have the opportunity, they are the one that will put the poison in your water so that you die. And they can take over. There are so many stories out there that happen in this life. And so many situations out there that people could just avoid by being quiet. And that's what happens to my daughter. She just couldn't bear it. She couldn't remain silent. She could avoid that situation, that narrative that now she's the bad guy. Both girls haven't made a conclusion. Both girls now like each other again, but she's the bad guy because she put her mouth in a situation that she doesn't have to put her mouth into. And now she has to try to find a way to apologize to them, and then they're going to be friends again, which is okay. But still, she's the one that has to do the effort now, even more to both of them. So that doesn't make sense for me in that case. When I saw it, when she told me this, I was like, I will not help you at this point. I will not help you. I will not cuddle you. You have to find your way out of it, because you are the one that opened your mouth. And you are the one that opened your mouth, and you are the one that I keep on telling since the beginning that I know now you understand me. I know now you get what I want to say. Since then, I always say to her, be mindful who you talk to, what you tell to people, and how you talk to people. So all these three, mind you, if you don't know, if you cannot answer all these three, mind your business, do you, go on your corner and don't bother anybody, because everything comes back at you. If something comes, if something happens, everything will come back at you. You will be the one that cry, you will be the one that is disappointed, and you will be the one that has to apologize. This is exactly what happened, and well, I couldn't help her just advising her. She has to apologize, of course, and she has to find her way to control her mouth. Most of the time, it happens more with women that the moment they have like a temper situation, they start to yell all the bad things, all the things just to hurt somebody. And this is something also that we have to be careful of. Just because he is your husband, you don't have to forget that there's a human being too. Use your wisdom, the way you talk to him. Use the wisdom, what you say to him. Because certain people are using the secrets of the husband against the husband when the time comes that they are angry. And this is not fair now, guys. This is not fair. You cannot use something so special, something so secret, something so important that your husband told you. You cannot use it against him and then expect him after that to love you. Oh, if the guy does it, there's a simp. I'm sorry. There's a simp. Because if I know the secret that, like, for instance, he wished that he can have contact again to his father, because his father left him, and he tell you this, and you get angry, and then you start to talk to your friends about it, and then it's like, yeah, I'm just talking to my friend, and then you guys come in an argument because he didn't want that, and then you say, that's the reason why your father left you, because of your attitude. Do you really think that kind of man would not be angry? So what's the need to talk then? Control your mouth. We need to control our mouth even more. Control your mouth. Know when it's time to say something. Know why it's important to say something. And know how to say something. If you don't know the three, just remain quiet and let God favor you, because you are amazing, you are patient, you are quiet, and you know what you see. With this attitude, you will come very far. I hope you guys gained from my advice. I hope you guys use my advice. Be quiet, just be presentable, quiet, and know when it's time to talk. It's something that we all have to train on. I'm not gonna lie, I had an issue with it before, but I trained myself, and now I would say I'm better. Let's say 80% to be quiet when the time comes to talk. And when the time comes to talk important stuff. So, okay. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for taking your time. We are every day, every Wednesday, 3 a.m. with a new topic. Every Wednesday, every week, every Wednesday, 3 a.m. with a new topic. So tune in, subscribe to be the first one who got the bonus content. Subscribe on Spotify, on iTunes, on all the canals that I post my podcast, C'est la vie. Thank you so much for taking your time, guys. I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Natasha is out.